Okay, so tonight we're going to go over social media training. I'm really, Cheyenne, I'm going to let you talk a lot or go over everything you have. And then if I have anything to throw in, or Lindsay's there, if she wants to throw anything, anybody having questions, you'll ask them over under, the chat. But we'll open it up at the end for question and answer. So any kind of social media training. So Cheyenne's been really awesome at getting customers through Instagram, and her Instagram is just amazing. So did you do stuff on Facebook too, or just kind of Instagram? You're muted.
I do both.
Okay. All right.
I've been working mainly just Instagram lately. So.
Okay. Awesome. I'm just going to say, take it away.
Oh, okay. Well, I made notes so I wouldn't get lost or confused or anything. So basically I have 4 things that I'm going to talk about tonight. So if you want to take notes, I'm going to hit 4 main points pretty much. So like I told Hannah, when I first started, I was just working through Facebook most of the time, but recently I've started focusing more on Instagram because I realized that Facebook is a lot more of your warm market. You don't really have many strangers on your Facebook page, but Instagram really opens it up to the entire world, honestly, because there's 300 million users on at one point. So if you're not using Instagram, I suggest that you start using Instagram because you can reach more people that way, because Facebook, it's just your select friend group that sees your stuff. But anyway, the number one thing that I think is really important when you're using your Instagram to build your business is consistency. And I know we say that in this business over and over about how consistency is key, but on Instagram, consistency is definitely a big thing, because you have to know that it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to create your Instagram account today and then tomorrow a bunch of people are going to sign up with you. It's a thing that you have to build. You have to build your Instagram followers, and it takes practice to figure out what works for you or what doesn't work for you. So don't think that if you create your Instagram, you're going to be successful with it within a week, because you may, but chances are that's not how it works, because you have to practice and you have to build your following. It's very different than Facebook, because on your Facebook you already know everybody, but on your Instagram you don't. So stay consistent, because also just when you think people are starting to get sick of your posts, that's actually when they're just starting to pay attention to you. And that's a really big thing, because a lot of the times I feel I don't want to post again today because I already posted once this morning or something, but chances are not everybody's seen that, and also they probably didn't even pay attention. And the more that you post, the more they're going to pay attention to you. Even though you feel like you're annoying, you're really not. So just stick that in your head. You have to stay consistent with your posting. And one thing I heard at a One Team, One Mission over here when I went this week that really stuck with me to go with this consistency thing. And if you don't write anything down, just write this down, because this is super duper important. Or I guess remember it, because I remembered it. I didn't have to write it down. But if you go 1 week without posting about your business, it's going to take someone 2 weeks to take you seriously. And if you go 1 month without posting about your business, it's going to take someone 2 more months just to take you seriously. So you can't be flaky with your posts. You have to be consistent. If I'm posting every single day and Hannah's only posting once a week, when someone finally decides they're going to join, they're going to join with me, because they see that I'm consistent and I'm always working and I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So the number one thing for Instagram is to stay consistent and be patient, because it is something that you have to build. You're not just going to jump on with all your followers like Facebook. So the second tip after being consistent, I think, is being authentic. So this means you want to show your life and how it works is helping you. And this also goes with Facebook too, not just Instagram. Number one, in your username, you don't want to have Rap with Cheyenne or It Works Cheyenne, because there's so many It Works distributors out there that are trying to promote that way, and it doesn't work, because when someone clicks on your Instagram, and if all they see is like weird graphics or like the corporate pictures of products just all over your thing, they're not going to want to follow you, because they're going to think that you're just trying to get them, which you pretty much are if your whole entire your whole entire Instagram is just pictures of products and stuff. So you want to make sure that it's about you. And like I said, don't put It Works like in your name, because that's automatically a red flag to anybody when they go to follow you. My Instagram, though, I do talk about It Works all the time on my Instagram. But if you go look at my page, I don't know if you probably can't see that. But if you go look at my page, you can't tell that this stuff is about It Works unless you click on it and read the caption. So, like I said, when they view this, they don't want to see a bunch of like before and afters and a bunch of stuff. But you can put it in the caption. Like, I'll post a picture of my daughter and I'll be like, we're getting ready to help a mom sign up, which that's much better than posting a graphic that says, join my team for $99, you know? So basically, just don't make your profile look like you're an It Works person, but you can talk about It Works in your profile, because people want you, they want to know that you are you're a person, you're authentic, and you have a story. And that's another thing about posting authentically that I've found that has helped draw people in, and some other top leaders have said, is that if you tell a story with your posts, people are much more likely to feel connected with you. And by telling a story, I mean, you want to go like past, present, and future. And just a little example is like, for me, I can write a post and be like, just 2 years ago, I had like financial assistance through school, and I didn't know how I was going to pay my tuition. So that's the past. And then I'll say, but now my husband and I have found this company, and we're able to go on trips whenever we want to, and that's the present. And then I'll say, and I can't believe that within a year he's going to be able to come home and be with me full time, and that's the future. So you want to tell a story. Jesus spoke in parables, and he told stories, and so many people listened to him. So if Jesus did it and everybody listened to him by telling stories, then maybe we should tell stories too. So people like stories because it makes you feel real. So say like, I used to do this, now I'm doing this, in the future I'm going to do this, and people will feel connected to you, I guess, because chances are someone's going to look at your post and be like, oh, I used to feel like that too. I used to not be able to pay for my shampoo, and now maybe I'll join her and I can do it. So tip number 2 is be authentic, be you. Don't have It Works all over your profile. The third thing I was going to talk about is how you need to build relationships. I wasn't doing this at first, and that's why Facebook was working so much more for me in the beginning, is because on my Instagram, I wasn't trying to build relationships with people. But now I've kind of switched the way that I work my Instagram, and it's been helping me a lot. So by building relationships, I do go and follow a lot of people that I don't know. But once I do follow them and they're in my newsfeed, I get to know those people. So don't be afraid to go follow strangers, because you're going to interact with them on your newsfeed so they feel more comfortable with you. And I know John Eric said this thing one time that really stuck with me. On your Instagram, let's see if y'all can see. You know how you have these 4 things on the bottom right here? Every single time I open up my Instagram, I kind of like run it on a point system. And these 2 right here are about other people. These 2 right here are about you. So before I even let myself go thinking about myself over here, I give myself points by interacting with other people. So I'll either search for new people, and every person I follow is 1 point, or I'll go through my news feed, and every time I like on someone's picture or comment on someone's picture, that's 1 point. And I always want to give myself like 20 points, or however many points you want to do, before I go being selfish and worrying about myself. So I don't even check my notifications until I get 20 points. And I know that that like helps me build relationships with my followers, because I can't give myself points without liking or commenting or finding new people. So you want to build relationships, and that doesn't, I mean, you can go through and like every single picture that you see, because people will be like, oh, who's that? She's liking my stuff, and then they'll go see. But I also try to genuinely comment every now and then, like if a picture grabs my eye. Like I'll like everybody's picture, but if I see one that's like super cool, I don't know, they went hiking or something, I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I love hiking. But just try to always interact with your followers, because if you're just following people and that's all you're doing on Instagram, you're kind of going to seem like spammy, because you never like any of their stuff back and you never comment on their stuff. So you want to build relationships while you're being consistent and while you're being authentic. And then the third step was build relationships. And then the fourth and last thing I wanted to tell y'all was like the apps that I use. So if you want to like write down the apps that I say, they're what I use to make my Instagram. You can't really tell, but I try to like keep my pictures like bright, you know. So you can't really see, but anyway, I think it's important when someone clicks on your profile, you want to have good quality pictures. And that doesn't mean you have to go out and buy like a Nikon camera and, you know, take pictures around the house or whatever. Anybody can do it with just a phone, and I've found that these apps help. The first one that I always use, you do have to pay for this one, but it's honestly, it was worth it. There's some free versions though, but this one was worth it. It's called Pick, Tap, Go. So, and I know I tell people about that all the time, so y'all might know that. It's just pick, P-I-C, tap, T-A-P, and then go. And that one is what I use to make my pictures look bright and look really crisp. And it honestly makes iPhone pictures look like Nikon camera pictures, you know. So that's what I use to get my pictures really bright. Another app I use if I ever want to put words on a picture, my favorite one, and it was free, is called Word Dream. I like that one a lot. It has a lot of cool fonts, and I don't know, it's just really cool. If you want something to put words on your picture, I use Word Dream. And then I use apps that help you keep track of your followers on Instagram, which this was new to me. I just started doing this about like maybe 3 or 4 months ago, because like I said, I'm always building relationships and trying to follow new people on my Instagram. I've used apps to help me keep track of who's following me back or that kind of stuff. And there's one that's just called Followers. If you just type that in, you'll find it. And the other one is called Crowdfire, one word, like Crowdfire, Crowdfire. And I use those, like, I follow a lot of people, and then if I notice that they unfollow me, I'll normally unfollow them back, because then I know that they're not really in my potential market anymore. If they're not seeing my posts, I don't want to be seeing their posts either, if that makes sense. Because I always want to try to keep the amount of people that I follow smaller than my followers, because you don't want someone to click on your page and they're like, my gosh, she's following 7,000 people and only 100 people are following her back, because that makes you look crazy. So so always try to keep your numbers kind of making sense. And then the last tip about apps and stuff, this one's not actually an app. You can do it through your Instagram, but it was like a lifesaver for me. It's like the biggest trick ever, and I don't know if y'all know about it, but some people tell me all the time, they're like, I'm way too busy to post on Instagram through the day. Well, Instagram has this really cool thing where you can shut your phone into airplane mode, write a post it, and it won't go through, and then you take your phone off of airplane mode and it's still up there. Like, hold on, let me see. If y'all can see that this red line up there that says failed, that's a post from earlier that I created when I had time, and I'm going to go back and post it when I when I don't have time but I need to post, if that makes sense. So you literally just go through all the steps. You're like, okay, I'm going to post this picture, and you type whatever you want to say about that picture, like I'm getting ready to post it. But right before you post it, you just switch your phone into airplane mode. I don't even know if y'all can see what I'm doing. And then you share it. And so see, now I have it popped up right there in the red. So you can do this when you're laying down at night before you go to bed. Make all your posts that you want to post the next day. And so when you're at work, you can just be like, oh, it's time to post. And then you can just click, boop, and it'll like post that one that failed. So I do that if I know I'm going to have a busy day the next day. I'll just go ahead and make a bunch of posts at night before I fall asleep while my phone's in airplane mode. Post them in airplane mode, and then they'll be there for when my phone's not in airplane mode, if that makes sense. So that's pretty much all I had written down, except that it seems kind of harsh, but I do block other random It Works distributors. Like you guys, I won't block y'all because I know y'all, but if like Susie It Works like tries to follow me, or like Wrap It with Karen, like if they try to follow me, I will block them, because I have had people, and I've heard of it happening to other people. Sometimes they'll steal like your potentials. Like if someone comments on your picture like, oh hey, send me an email about the wraps. Well, Wrap It with Karen will go into your comments and like message that person before you get to them. So I always try to block like the spammy It Works people. And I know it's kind of rude, but it's kind of rude of them stealing my people too. So I don't feel that rude about it. But that's pretty much all I had. Number one was be consistent, because you have to build it. It takes a while, and it takes a while for people to start paying attention to you too, because it's not your warm market like Facebook on Instagram. Be authentic. Don't have It Works all over your page, because then you just look like a car salesman, and nobody likes car salesmen. Number three was the apps, or building relationships. Like I said, I give myself points before I'll even let myself post a picture. And number four was like the apps that I use in the airplane mode. So if I think of anything else, I'll say anything, but that was pretty much all I had.
Those were awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to add just a couple more things. Lindsay, if you want to add some stuff, and then if y'all want to answer any questions. So like Instagram for me, I feel like is a lot more like people, it's like almost like Pinterest. Like I feel like it's almost like the new Pinterest. Like people want to just like follow pretty things. Like that's what I do. And most people, when they go to like see if they want to follow you, they're just looking like it's your first couple pictures. And I do the same thing. Like if I'm following someone back, I'm going to like scroll a couple times to make sure they're not selling anything, because I'm like, I don't want to follow somebody else selling anything. So I think that's key. So when you go to your profile, I know y'all probably can't see, but you like you want to make sure that like, okay, I do have like a Confianza one. But you know, you want to make sure that it's not just like, but it's like me holding the bottle. It's not like a picture that the company put out. I feel like it's something genuine, and I probably won't even leave it up too. Like I'll go back through and I'll look through pictures and delete stuff. Like it served its purpose, and now I'm deleting it. So just kind of like scroll through, and if like you have some like stuff, like delete it. Like Lindsay, I know, went through this weekend and deleted a ton of pictures off of hers, which I really should, but I feel like all of mine are like down at the bottom that I used to post like that all the time. So I feel like Instagram is just kind of like a break for people. They want to scroll. They want to, it's like Pinterest. Like they want to see something pretty. So just keep your news feed pretty. And then Facebook is more like, I will post more stuff on Facebook, like looking for product testers. And I mean, you can do that too on Instagram, but I will be more like, I feel like bold about it on Facebook, because it's basically my warm market. And I don't feel like people are really going to like unfollow me, or if they do, I really don't care on Facebook. I don't know. Facebook's just different for me now. I'd much rather focus more on Instagram and building connections that I don't know, just because I've kind of have tapped out my warm market. Not saying that I've signed up everyone in my warm market, but me posting on Facebook, I'm still doing it daily. And it's really just like keeping that open sign on, like, because we are in business for ourselves. I don't post something and expect people to be like, oh, I want that. I'm going to sign up with her. It's really just like people seeing like, oh, Hannah's still doing that, which is what I want, because I want people to be like, oh, Hannah does those wraps. So they'll either come to me or they'll send their friends to me. So it's just keeping like my open sign in my business. So that's kind of how Cheyenne was talking about. If you're not posting about it daily, you should be. And my whole deal is like, if people don't want to see it, they don't have to. They can unfollow me. They can block me. But I feel like my true friends and true family who are going to be supportive are just going to be supportive of me. They're not going to, they're not going to block me. And I don't ever feel like I feel like a while ago, like I was bugging people. But so many people on Facebook don't even see your stuff. Same thing with Instagram. That's why I post so often. So, that's kind of what I have. I feel like I had a couple other things, but I can't remember. Lindsay, do you have anything to add right now?
Yes. Sorry. Had to unmute myself. I was working on a post because what Cheyenne said, and put my phone in airplane mode. I didn't know that, Cheyenne. I heard someone talk about it one time, but they talked about it so fast and I was like, what? And then I just ignored it. First of all, sorry, y'all. I was in the car and it's smooth. Hope I wasn't trying to be distracting. I was going to just talk about direct messaging. Did you talk about that? Because I listened to you, but in the car you didn't? Okay. So, I 100% agree with everything you said, Cheyenne, and with what you said too, Hannah. And we were talking this weekend. I feel like I have a shadow, so I'm not trying to be, but y'all can't, I feel like y'all can't see me. Okay. But we were talking I know, I'm a 12-year-old boy. We were talking this weekend though, and me and my friend Abby have a paint company, and we were talking with like different shops in the past, and they say like Instagram is where they go to gain a following, but Facebook's where they make money. And that was like a shop, because it's easier to like interact, and you can reply directly to a comment on Facebook, and you can post a direct link to sell stuff. So I know you hinted at this, or you talked about the point of Instagram is to, like you said, Cheyenne, broaden your market and make friends with people that you wouldn't otherwise be friends with, because Facebook won't let you. Like Leanne's husband was trying to friend my husband, and it wouldn't even give him the option to find him because there wasn't enough of a connection. I don't know, that doesn't, but Instagram, you have a whole world of people at your fingertips, and gonna like make Jessie feel awkward, but Jessie's got like 10,000 followers on Instagram. Girl right there with the cool backboard behind her. You know, Jessie. Anyways. And so there's no way, I mean, you can't find all those people on Facebook, plus your friends are limited. But you find them on Instagram, like you were saying, Cheyenne, you connect with them. And then the point is, at least the point for me, is to pull them over to Facebook, where there can be an actual more friendship, relationship / I don't feel weird having before and after pictures on my Facebook feed and stuff. But my Instagram, to me, it's like a portfolio. And it wasn't always like that. I've really worked on it. My pictures before were junk. But to me, it's like a portfolio. I post 5 or 6 times a day. I try and post the same type of things. I try and have the same color scheme. It's just the look of mine. And like, Cheyenne, you have a look to yours. And Hannah, you have a look to yours. And Jessica, you have a look to yours. And so, and Beth, I mean, anyone that's been doing it for a while intentionally, you get a look. And so like Hannah said, when someone goes to it, it's like a portfolio, and they're going to click your name, and they're going to scroll. If they're like me, they're going to scroll once and then maybe twice. And then what they see right then and there will be how they decide if they want to follow you. And a good thing to think about is, what do you like to follow? And then think, would someone want to follow me? So like, it's like Pinterest, right? Like I want to follow people with pretty pictures, not pretty, but to me that I can relate to, on moms and coffee and exercise and traveling and funny. I really like funny people. There's this one girl I tried to get her to join my team. She said no, and I just follow her. She didn't even follow me back. I go against my own rule, but she is so hilarious. I want y'all to go follow her. She's so funny. And she doesn't have that many followers, but her interaction is really high. And that's the other thing I look at is when someone has a lot of followers, sometimes I'm like, great, but then I look at their interaction level, and if their interaction level is low, like their likes ratio to the following, then I'm like, well, they may have a lot of numbers, but they aren't really engaging with those people. Like, you know, so, tangent, already lost where I was. So I do the same thing that Hannah does. I'll post a photo, leave it up for a little while, and if I need to take it off, I do. And you also have to post a lot because it is like Shannon said, it's that chronological. And my friend Abby that runs a blog says a post has ran its like limit in the first 20 minutes. After that, it's gone. I mean, people could scroll and find it, but like if she does a lot of link ups where she links up with people to get followers, and she's like the first 20 minutes is when she knows how many followers she got off something. So that's why you do need to try and post at peak times. And then, so what I was going to say is after you do find people to connect with, like Shannon was talking about all the tips of connecting with people through hashtags, whatever, I spend about a week or two kind of connecting. And when I see that someone's really connecting back with me, they're liking stuff, commenting, we're having like a conversation kind of through comments and likes, I'll go direct message them and start a conversation. If I feel like I need to do this first, I will. If I feel like I need to first say, hey, it's been really cool following you on here. How old are your kids? Or I think our kids are the same age. I'll do that. I won't even say anything about it works. Or I'll send that message that is, I'm trying to think where it's posted. It's posted lots of places. I have it in the notes in my phone. I have about 3 messages in the notes in my phone. Cheyenne, you and Hannah probably have the same ones. They're the ones that are like, you're obvious, you know, hey girl, I think you'd be really good at what I do. You're obviously well-liked and motivated, and that's what 90% of the people in my business need to be successful. Have you ever thought about giving this any more thought? Or when someone likes your product post, just messaging and saying, hey girl, are you interested? Like assuming that a like means they want to try hair, skin, and nails, or they want to try Fat Fighters or whatever. So, and then if they like a business post, hey, are you interested in thanks for the love of my post. Are you interested in what I do? So those are like 3 different sample messages you could send after you start having some interaction with somebody. And just real quick, last thing, a word of advice if you're starting new. Spammers will post like one word and an exclamation point. Like nice, exclamation point. Awesome, exclamation point. Cool pic, exclamation point. Those are spammers. And if you use really common hashtags, like fitness, you'll have them within like minutes, seconds posting. And that's because they have like bots. It's like a robot. Like they have stuff set up that when a certain tag goes off. So you make sure, you want to have genuine interaction. So just to protect you. So, so that's kind of it. That's what I had. Does that make sense? So, Hannah, back to you. Oh, she's got her headphones off.
Oh, well, I totally forgot one thing that I had a star by that I meant to say was the 5 F's of Instagram. I actually added 2 more, so there's 7 F's on mine.
7?
But it's what you want to post about.
Okay.
And it's easy to remember because they're all F's. And these are like the most popular things on Instagram that everybody wants to see. The people who have the most followers, these are like the 5 things they post about. And it's like the 5 F's of Instagram. So the things people want to see when they get on Instagram, I don't know why, but this is the most 5 popular things. It's food. And I don't know why, but you post a picture of pizza and it's going to get 80 likes. Compared to like a selfie that's only going to get 20. So food, fashion, everybody, I'm not even that into fashion, but if I post a picture of like holy jeans and a pair of heels, people are like, oh, so cute, and it gets a ton of interaction. So like food, fashion, and then your family, because that shows that you're a real person, you're authentic. Fitness, that's another thing. I don't know why, but people go crazy over it if you post like fitness posts. And then the 5th one is fun. And that just means like you want to post that you're having fun. Like, because if all you do is in your house all day, people don't want to see those. But if you go hiking, like take a picture, you're fun. If you go to a water park, like take a picture, you're fun. So the 5 are food, fashion, family, fitness, and fun. And then the two other ones that I kind of like added in there is funds, like money, like funds, and festivities, because those always get tons of interaction too. And by funds, I mean like I've only done it a few times, but there's a girl I know who's like a triple diamond, and she always just posts like selfies with money. And those always get her like tons of likes, but I kind of feel weird about that. But when I talk about like making money, it always gets a lot of interaction. So funds, and then festivities, that's kind of just like holidays, or like, I don't know, concerts, like that's like festivities. So food is a huge one. Fashion, huge. Family, fitness, fun, funds, and festivities. Those are like the 7 F's of Instagram that you want to post about. So you want your page to be like full of those, because everybody loves them for some reason. But anyway.
I would totally throw in friendship too.
Oh yeah. I think that was
kind of fun, but you know.
Fun/friendship.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a kid in here. I made a couple more notes of something. I know y'all kind of talked about like as a lead. So treat everyone, you know, who likes your post as like they're interested. And just another thing is just be thoughtful. Don't post something that doesn't sound like yourself. And just listen to people. That's a big one. Just like when you're having that one-on-one time, like don't always just make it all about you. Always try to make it about the other person. So just listen and be thoughtful. But that's kind of all I have. Do y'all have any questions? Do y'all have anything else to add in?
I guess I have a question. So like the funds thing, talking about making money, I guess I feel like, okay, so like what Lindsay said, I have a lot of followers. I've been on Instagram for like 4 or 5 years, a long time, and just as a social thing, and just because that's just kind of, I don't know, whatever reason I've been on it for a long time. People have seen me have my babies. People have seen me, you know, whatever. So I guess I'm very, be really careful about the way that I present it now that I am doing It Works. I don't want to, obviously I'm going to lose followers. The day I announced that I am with It Works, I lost followers, which is fine. But I want to like still, I guess, I'm so sorry, she's sick. Protect the reason that they started following me in the first place, you know? And so like talking about the funds thing, do you feel like that you've got negative response from that? Like some people, yes, like other mommies, like I want them to know that they can do this. Like that's the whole point of this, right? Mm-hmm. Or, you know, like that's one of the markets that we have. And I feel like that's one of the markets that I have is people who are in the same place in life as I am. But I guess what I want to say is like, I don't want to make it over spammy. Like I just want to be so authentic, but still give people the opportunity to jump on what I'm doing without being like, hey, do you want to make $1,000? Like that's cool. And some people jump at that, but a lot of people that just like, I mean, they shut off, mm-hmm. you know? And I guess that's kind of a concern I have. And I don't really know if the answer is anything other than be authentic, mm-hmm. but if you have tips on me posting, because this is very new for me, I want to make sure I'm not pushing people away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think
oh no, go ahead, Henny.
No, go ahead. You go.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, like, I can understand how it would feel spammy when you're like, join my team, you can get $1,000 bonus. But another way you can show, like, the funds aspect is, we use this example all the time, is, like, filling up your car when you, like, get gas, you know? Maybe just, like, take a picture of you, like, getting gas and being, like, so glad that I was able to fill up my car with It Works money or something like that, you know? Or,
diapers.
Yeah, diapers, since you have like a lot of mom followers, that's a good one. Or even just like a post like the picture doesn't have to have money in it, but like in your caption, you can say like, I'm so thankful that I've found this opportunity to help my family breathe a little bit more at the end of the month, and like afford the groceries we want to buy, or like something like that. Just like mention how the funds are helping you. Like you don't always have to like post actual pictures of money. That works for some people, because like it's eye catching when you're holding like $100 bill. But I mean, you can just like talk about it in your caption, if that helps. I don't know if that answers.
Yeah, that helps. I made a post like that today, actually, but it didn't have anything. It works in it. It didn't have any lime green in it.
Yeah. Like you don't have to say thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to say it works in it. Just say thankful I found this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And people will be like, hey, well, what are you doing? And then you can privately message them and say,
Right.
hey, I work for this company, blah, 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 So then you won't feel so pushy and like people won't even know you're talking about it works.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Thank you.
Yeah, that one girl I was telling you about, Jesse, I like it because she never says it works. She always says this business. And then when she talks about customers, she never says loyal customers. She calls them her clients. So it just makes it sound, and I know she pulls people in, but it's like she just leaves this sense of intrigue, And I don't know. I totally understand how you feel. I mean, meaning I don't have that situation, but I can totally see that situation, wanting to make sure that like you respect the reason people followed you in the first place. And so I think if it was me and I was you, I would do like one post every, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 posts. Like I would start so slowly. So because probably the reason that you lost the people you did wasn't because of you. It was because they follow other people that do it works. And they're like, oh no, this is what this is going to be now, because they probably don't know anybody that does it right. Those of us that are trying to do it right, it's a small percentage. Like Cheyenne's saying, like there's a lady that she's not a bad person, but she's like a high up person, and she taught people to do it just differently. So there's a whole host of people out there that are just feel very spammy. And so I think those of us that are trying to do it gently and right, I don't know. Yeah. You'll draw people in. You will.
Mm-hmm.
I know you already have drawn some people in. So Hannah, you were going to say something.
I think I was just gonna make like the
I'm sorry, my son's calling me. I'll be right back. If you're talking to me, I don't know if you are. I'm so sorry. Hang on.
No, you're fine. I mean, I was just gonna say the same thing about just starting small. I mean, it doesn't have to be like make a lot of money with me right now, because that seems almost like out of the question for some people. Like they're like, I don't want to do that. A lot of people join for just a little bit of extra money.
You know what I've noticed? Like, Cheyenne, you may be able to relate to this. All of y'all can. It seems like the people that just like outright join me, almost like it's a blitz. They're just like, hey, I'm going to join, and you're like, oh, cool, this is fun. Don't do as well as the people that I kind of meet and talk with and kind of get to know a little bit and have some kind of relationship with. I don't know. Have you noticed that? Like people that you kind of know. So it's made me feel a lot less like, enrollments and high recruit as so much as it's like, I want someone that really wants to do this, and I really want to, that really is ready to throw in some, some skin in the game, or whatever you want to say.
And I would say a big thing too is like almost like if you're hashtagging and stuff, like do some kind of hashtag to brand yourself. So I do like mom of 2 all the time. Like on every post almost. So I would just say like be consistent, like with a hashtag. Beth, hashtag dog mom, we know. If you have boys or just however many kids you have or whatever you want, I would say brand yourself somehow. So
I also do, just FYI, I also do Happy Girl.
That's a great one.
Because my name is Joyful Beth Green, so I figure we'll just
you're kind of happy.
Just a little, and hashtag stay-at-home dog mom. It's a thing. It's totally fine.
It's a thing. Yeah. You're so funny.
You are. Does anyone else have any questions on social media? You know, you're always going to try to like want to draw people in, not push them away. I know, like in the beginning, that's how all my posts were. Like, join my team. So just making it about other people, like I said earlier. I've had a lot, like probably like my last few distributors have been like just watching me and saying, you know, I see that you have fun. I see that you have friends. I see that y'all like encourage each other. And it's not like this like manipulative, gossipy kind of like relationship, that it's true friendship. And that draws so many people in. So just showing that. So any other questions? Y'all feel free to go to our Instagrams and look at them, or if you want us to look at yours and say, what could I change? Or
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to share another photo editing app that I really like a lot. It's called A Color Story. And there is like, it's one of those apps where it's free to download and they give you like certain packs, like filter packs for free, and then you can purchase more. So you can just decide how much you want to spend on it. But I've been editing with that for the last probably 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm not in any way a photo editor. But I figured out how to use this app, and it just makes it really easy to get your pictures to look like, you know, like good quality. And I want to try PicTapGo. I haven't used that one, but yeah, just in case anyone wanted another one, that one's good too.
Yeah, your photo from today with the cookie and the coffee, that was a really good photo. Was that using that?
Yes.
I really liked
And
that.
I even took that picture. Okay, what's great about this app is like I took that picture totally crooked. Oh, baby.
Oh, and you can straighten it.
mm-hmm.
Yes, you can even change the perspective. Like you can tilt it, you can change the perspective, because I had to take it crooked because the lighting was like glaring really weird. But then I could change that in the app, so it just looked like I was a great photographer, and I'm not.
See, well, this was a good example of a post because you talk about your kids and gluten-free cookies and coffee, and you just plug in that you're legitimately excited about this new step you've taken for your family. Like, that was good. I think you're doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Good to know, because I'm kind of like flying blind for
you're
modern.
really good. Yeah, that photo's legit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great app.
One thing I was going to say real quick, this isn't really have to do with the social media, but I just did a video for my team today, but this really helped me because I kind of took a mental break this weekend for about 30 hours, which y'all are going to be like, Lindsay, you're a workaholic. I know I am when it comes to this business. Oh, okay. I will, Angie. I know and the photo the one you posted of him asleep in his little carrier was cute. I just liked it. His little bounce. Okay. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh, I took a 30-hour mental break, and I really haven't done that since I started. I mean, where I'm just like checked out, because we went out of town, but it wasn't for it works. It was a girls' trip, and I don't know. It was just, I think February was so crazy. I literally worked harder than I've ever worked in any month in this business in February. And then I thought March 1st would hit, and I would kind of like take a little bit of a breather, and then they brought out the double good again. I was like, oh, no breather. But so getting back, it was just interesting because I felt really disoriented this morning, and I went over to Hannah's, and she was there, and she went on the same trip with me, and we both were like we just kind of, it was weird. We just felt disoriented. It might've been the weather, but all that to say, it's interesting. And I know we use this illustration a lot, but you know how like if you're running and you get to a hill and you stop running at the bottom of the hill and then you start running again, like momentum, you know, it's easier to keep running than it is to stop and start again. And like I said, y'all are going to tell me like take a chill pill or Confianza. It was only 30 hours, but still I kind of woke up and I was like, I don't know what to do today. So I was talking to Ashley, and she kind of had a similar experience because she went to the same thing. And she was just saying how, like, if you just ever feel like you don't know what to do, it really doesn't take much to get the juices flowing again. Pick up the phone, call a sideline distributor, send a text to one of your distributors, check on a few loyal customers, do a quick Zoom training, go follow 30 people on Instagram, go start interacting. But it was just interesting because I think that, like, especially because I know it's spring break for some of us, and that is a natural progression to slow, and that's fine. Enjoy your family slow. But just know that, like, it doesn't take long to just do something every day. And when it comes to, I was saying all this because when it comes to social media and Instagram, I feel like it's this big old elephant. And I've been intentional about it for months. I know we all have, like, we've all been learning all this stuff. And then hearing everything you've said, Cheyenne, makes me go, oh man, like, it's good, but I'm like, oh, I have so much to learn and so much to do. But I think if you just pick something small, like, so if today the first thing you do is edit your little profile caption and take out the "it works" stuff and maybe go delete some of the graphic. No one has any graphic posts, but the the company ad, the ones that look like ad. I mean, just do what you can. Don't feel like you need to make a new Instagram. You just start taking the right photos, and pretty soon you're going to have enough that people will have to scroll down pretty far to find the old stuff. Like, just start today is what I'm trying to say. So, and just pick something small you can do, like, so, and also last thing, I don't have a lot of followers. Like, I have like less than 800 followers. That's really not that many. I have a small goal to be over 1,000. I feel like a baby, but anyways, but I think it matters that I don't just try and get more followers. Why? Like, for what reason? Why do I just want more followers? Meaning for the number, I should be interacting with the ones I have and just having some quality, intentional relationships. And if I stay around 700 followers, but I'm signing customers and distributors from Instagram, then that's awesome. Why? Not that I don't want to up the number, but do you know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. Anyways, that's it. I'm done. Muting. Peace.
I think that like, all of us, like, take a screenshot of what, like, your Instagram looks like. Like, even just like your description. So, like, my description, like, Instagram's so weird and you can't, like, do spaces. I mean, not that I figured out so far. So most everything I do, I've done in, like, the notes section of my phone and then just copied it and pasted it into the like, my profile area. So I have, like, cute little emojis and stuff. But I'll, like, take a picture of my profile and kind of, like, my first, like, my one scroll down, so y'all can see, like, how the pictures look. And some of them are business related and product related, but you wouldn't know it from the picture. So I think we should all do that just to give, like, a little.
And do what? You want us to, like, post it on the team page?
Yeah,
where
like,
underneath?
let's do it under where I just posted about Cheyenne giving good tips.
Okay, because I've got it right here. Okay, so.
And also another good thing is, like, keeping your Instagram profile picture and your Facebook picture the same, because I like to get everyone over to Facebook just because, like, communication and stuff is so much easier. I know Lindsay talked about that. But keeping, like, your same picture, so you're like, oh, is this her? I don't know. And I actually got, like, a little link. It's called, like, a bit link or something. You can look it up. But I got a bit link so I can so I put like, on my profile, let's be friends. I should put, like, on Facebook. But I just put let's be friends, and then it has, like, my bit link. So it's not like Facebook /HannahButler.com.
How'd you do? Where's that, Hannah?
Like,
How'd you do that?
I think I just looked it up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you froze
Okay.
for 2 seconds.
Sorry. If you, like, I don't even remember what I did. I think I just like Googled Facebook bit link or something like that. So, like, it says it's just really short instead of it being really long.
Yeah, Lindsay Piantonito // / yeah. Okay, I didn't know about that. See? Learning things.
So.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else?
Okay, I'm so sorry. My children are done with me doing this. So I'm gonna head out, but we're supposed to post our Like
So just like screenshot like your Instagram.
okay. And
It's like almost like your profile and then like just like your next couple.
okay. On the comment section of what you just posted?
Of where I talked about Cheyenne doing good now.
Okay, will do. Thanks,
I'll
ladies.
tag you,
Thanks,
Jesse, so you can find it easily.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So, is there any other questions, or do we want to sign off, ladies?
I did record it. I'll put it up so y'all can share it with anybody who didn't get to call in.
Okay. Yay. Thank you so much, Cheyenne.
Yes, thank you.
You've been so awesome, and I really enjoy going to your feed every once in a while and seeing what you're doing, and it gives me inspiration.
I hope I wasn't just like repeating what everyone already knows. I hope you at least learned something. So
No, I did, and I do every time that we talk about Instagram, so I think it's great.
Yeah. The
Okay.
airplane mode thing was great because they talked about that at conference, but it wasn't like they went in detail. So I was like, what are they talking about? So
well, I'll probably remember something else later too, and I'll just post it on the page.
That's good.
All right.
Okay, ladies. Well, if y'all have anything else, we can sign off. Put children to bed finally.
Alrighty. It was good to see everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.
See ya.